Hey there guys, it's Lay here from MB Custom Lures. I've recently discovered this new braid to leader knot called the SC knot. It's quite similar to the PR knot and the FG knot, but with one really big difference. It doesn't entirely rely on friction, it actually locks itself off, which is, in my opinion, it should be a game changer. Once the knot seats itself, it shouldn't slip at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to tie this knot in POV with this rope and this paracord, and then I'm going to show you how to tie it in regular fishing line, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you a little hack to make the knot even tighter and faster to tie. So I'll give you a few tips along the way to make the knot even better, and show you why I think it's a pretty damn good knot. Alright, for this demonstration I'm going to use a bit of rope and some paracord, just to make it a bit easier to see some of the things that I do. So we start with the line doubled over, and we wrap around the leader nice and neat. On the actual knot it'll be about 20 to 30 turns, but for this knot it'll just be whatever it's going to be. Now, one of the tricks here is, as you're wrapping around, to keep this loop end here shorter than the SC. So that's about the same length. We'll go around one more loop, so that's shorter now. Then we get the tag end of the leader, put it through there. Now this is what you want. You want it to form a D like this. Alright, life's better with a bit of D. Alright, so as you tension this knot, right, it'll drop a few loops off here and it will self-tension like so. Right, now if you don't do that, the knot will slide up and down the leader, and you'll have to grab this end here in your teeth to tension the knot, and I don't really like using your teeth if it can be avoided, because you have to actually bite pretty hard and there's a risk of chipping your teeth, and I don't really want to be responsible for encouraging you to use your teeth. So this avoids having to use your teeth. So check this out. This is the tag end here. Now we're going to put one half hitch in. So you can see the tag end comes off the leader in this direction here. All right. So you want to follow that direction with your half hitch. Follow that direction, boom. There it is there. And you can see it's all nice and neat. And then we're going to do a risotto. So you make yourself a loop like so. And I'm probably going to go around about 3 times, but on the actual knot I'll go around 7 times. So like so. And I'm also going the same direction as the half hitch. I'm not changing directions. See, if I do this, I create a U-turn here. And that U-turn potentially puts extra pressure on the line and causes extra potential loose line, which is not good for your knot. So we're going to continue the risotto in this direction here, like so. Right, so it's going to go around this way. 1, 2, 3. Let me go one more. Right. The tag end here, I'm just going to lay it right next to the half hitch. So when I unwrap this risotto and wrap it around nice and tight here, it's all neat. So any loose line is your enemy here. Pull that tag end through. and that's the knot finished, and all it needs now is a tension and the tag end's cut off. Right, so now we're going to tie it with regular fishing line, and then I'm going to show you a really cool hack to tie this knot in under a minute. So to tie this knot, I recommend some line tensioners. If you don't have a set, just get a bit of wood and wrap a bit of tape around it. Knife or a pair of scissors, jet lighter, and I'll be tying this in 30-pound braid and 50-pound Sunline fluorocarbon. This stuff's quite hard, but the knot works really well on it. So get yourself around 40 or 50 centimeters of braid doubled over, right? And we're going to get about 1.5 finger lengths there, and then about a finger length on your leader, and put the loop end over the leader like so, and we're going to wrap it around nice and neat 20 to 30 times. The amount of wraps is not really that important. If you tie 20 or if you do 30, it really makes no difference. So here's a little trick to save your teeth. This tag end here has to be shorter than the length of the knot here. So that's still a bit too long. We'll go a couple more wraps. There we go. So you can see here, it's now shorter. Open up the loop, feed our leader through. And there's the D. All right, that's the D we're after there. And that knot has locked itself off and has a bit of tension on it. So from here, what we'll do is we'll grab the tag end, and the tag end here is coming off the knot in this direction. So that's the way we want to carry on tying our half hitch and the risotto finish. So there's our half hitch there. And now the risotto finish will be in the same direction. So I've got a bit of excess line here. Just give that a trim. So with the risotto, you'll make a loop like so. I'm going to do 7 turns in the same direction as the half hitch, which was this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're basically going to unravel this knot. I'm going to wrap it around, nice and neat, around just right next to the SC slash the half hitch there, really as neatly as you can, and make it a little bit tight until all 7 of your loops are gone. Now we'll pull through pull on the tag end. There we go. That's your knot basically complete, right? So with any knot, before you tension it, you want to wet it, right? So get your line tensioners If you want a pair of these, just drop me a DM on my Instagram at mbcustomlures and I'll send you a set out. So now we're tensioning the main part of the SC knot. So as you tension this, you'll actually, it's really obvious it's tensioning, and then you'll hit a point where it just stops and it gets really solid. That's the knot tensioned. After that, it won't move. So that's that knot. That's the SC tensioned. Now we grab the tag end of the Rizzuto and we tension that to about 50% of what we did the SC. And that's the knot tensioned. So now you can use scissors. I'm just using a knife because I got one here. I'll cut this off. I'll leave about 2 millimeters on the leader. Burn that back. And the tag end on the braid is actually pretty long. It's about 5 millimeters here. And I'll burn that back until it's nice and compact and short. So there's the knot there. All right, we'll put it under the microscope and I'll compare this knot to FG knot and I'll explain why I think it is a better knot. While we're here, we may as well see how strong the knot is. Alright, so we got 30-pound braid, 50-pound leader. That's about 5 kilos, 10 kilos, 15. These are all estimates, by the way. 20. More than 20. More than 20. So the knot, the braid has failed here, somewhere inside here. Which is good. That is, you know, the knot broke at a higher breaking strain than the rated 30-pound leader braid. Can't ask for more than that, and putting that sort of load through a rod is a lot. Rightio. So let's have a look at this under the microscope. So here we have the SC on the top and the FG knot on the bottom. You can see that because we've got 4 wraps of braid around the leader, the SC knot is fatter than the FG knot. I've been tying the FG knot for about 10 years and I love the thing, but it does tend to slip about 1 millimeter during use, no matter how tight you tighten it down. And you can see here on the bottom here, the FG knot has a tendency to kink the leader when you really tighten it down hard. Even when I tighten it down that hard, the knot does have a tendency to slip about 1 millimeter, which is not ideal, but that's just what we've had to live with. The SC knot, only time will tell because it locks in on itself, and you can also see the way the knot tightens down. There's much less distortion in the leader here, which is a great thing. So both knots are finished with 7-turn Rizzuto and burnt the leader and the tag end of the braid. I believe that the kinking of the leader here can put uneven pressure on the leader and the braid, and it is possible that that extra pressure on the braid could be a point of failure. Not the be all and end all, but just something to be aware of. I think in future we're going to have to do a FG versus SC versus PR bobbin knot strength video, because I'm curious to see, you know, which friction knot is the big daddy of friction knots. Another way to tie this knot even quicker and more easily is to knock up a little tool like this. It's a bit of wire with a couple of sinkers on the end. How much weight you want is up to you. I've just got a couple of little ball sinkers on there, and I'll show you a really cool way to tie this knot. So again, about 40 centimeters of line doubled over, 1.5 fingers worth there. Get your leader and hook your tool on like so. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to spin that around, and this will go on real tight, real fast. There it is there. Unhook them. Again, put your leader through the loop in there. Get your D, and that's him there. That took all of about, I don't know, 20 seconds to do that. Tie your half hitch. And finish that off with your risotto finish just like before. And yeah, it's just a cool way to tie it. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. In the future, I plan to do a shootout between the PR knot, the FG knot, and this newer SC knot. But give it a go, guys. Let us know what you think. I think it is mechanically a better knot than the FG and PR, but it's a relatively new knot as well, so we'll see how it all goes. Peace out.